Hello to all my fellow starseeds. I just got back from San Francisco and I had a really good time. And it was a really interesting trip because I did not get to meditate while I was there. And that can be a good thing because meditation can sometimes be an emotional crutch. And we depend on it to feel a certain way. We depend on it to vibrate at a higher frequency. So it was really fun for me because I believe that we're always tuned into something. So if you're vibrating at a lower level, you might be tuned into a lower dimension of thought forms, of entities, but you can still pull in information. And while I was there, because I wasn't meditating as much, I felt like I was in the mid range, so very much connected to the collective, how most people would feel. And I got so many waves, so many downloads of information as to where we are and as a collective and the energy updates. When I vibrate at a higher level, and I'm just using higher right now to describe, to kind of break it down. But when I'm in an altered state of consciousness and I meditate 2, 3 hours a day, most of the time I can precognize future events because I'm taking the overview and I'm seeing things from a galactic mindset, if you will. All right, from that avatar consciousness. So being over there and observing my thoughts, which aren't really mine, but they are thoughts within the collective, without judging them, just examining them and picking them apart, I'm so excited to share these energy updates with you guys. So the main thing that I was shown is that we are all ascending. I mean, everyone is being pushed out of their comfort zone. Everyone is being forced out of the 3D. And what's becoming more and more evident is that we cannot hide anymore. We cannot hide behind a wall of protection or a wall of belief, or we can't hide our baggage behind the wall. We can't hide our stuff in the shadowlands. So while I was there, I could pick up on everyone's energies of the stuff they haven't corrected yet, of the stuff they haven't addressed yet, or the issues, the karmic issues they haven't resolved yet. It was almost like being a spiritual librarian. And every time I was around someone, I could pull a different book that pertained to a different lifetime of theirs, or to an alternate lifetime of theirs, or to this life and things that they hadn't yet faced. All right, the fears or traumas or whatever that is. So this is a very exciting time because the new earth, you could say that the new earth, and this is a vision I got a month or two ago, the new earth has already ascended. So she's already in the 5D and above. So she's multidimensional, but she's still cleaning her old third dimensional body, her planetary body. Just like, and you could say that our body is Earth's body, so we're cleaning out our old energies as well, the energies that kept us tied into an older format of reality, into a lower state of consciousness. So we're kind of like the washers at a car wash, and we're cleaning Gaia's body, her older body. And all those thoughts and all those beliefs and all those emotions that belonged to an older way of thinking, to eons ago. I'm talking eons that have continued to hang on to this planet are being exposed now. And they're going to get transmuted. So all that untransmuted trauma is going to be transmuted. Everyone is being pushed forward to embark onto the new earth reality. And not everyone will do this because they have their free choice, and we have to fully respect that and honor that. But what I'm being shown is that everyone right now is being given an opportunity to launch into these higher realities. But they can't hide anymore, which is going to make everything so uncomfortable for everyone. You may feel awkward when you're around someone because you're picking up on so many of those waves or so many of their thoughts. And the other download I got was that the templates of telepathy are opening up like no tomorrow. So I was shown that in this, while we're incarnate, everyone is going to become telepathic. We're all going to be able to hear each other's thoughts and beliefs and all of these things. The people who are going to choose to not ascend, those people will still hear and still be as telepathic, but they will liken what they're picking up on as their own. So they won't see it as like, oh, I'm just picking up on someone else's energy. They're going to think there's something wrong with them because they're so controlled by their emotions. So we're all being catapulted right now into this higher reality. Those of you who have been putting in the work, you're already highly telepathic. And it's probably a lot of you tuning in right now because most of my followers, and that sounds so religious. No, but most of my followers on Instagram are starseeds. So most of you have already opened up your psychic faculties and you're in the midst of exploring and discovering them, and it's an exciting time. But the main energy update I got, you guys, is that, wow, that veil that separates the physical world from the spirit realm or the etheric worlds is thinning out like no tomorrow. That wall is being chipped away at so fast. And we are being forced into a mass awakening as a human species. A lot of people accomplish this, like Buddha, and there was Jesus, and all these amazing guys. They accomplished this, but they were few and far between. And now, so many of us are awakening. This is an unprecedented event. So, be mindful when you're around people, observe, pick apart all the thoughts that you receive. The most challenging part of this journey right now is going to be to anchor into your body, because all that darkness can't hide anymore. So it's going to try to jump into other people's bodies. I know that sounds crazy, but we call them jumpers. Sarah and I call them jumpers. They're going to try to jump into a different host. So I found it a little challenging this weekend to be around people and tuning into all their stories as a mid-range frequency human, because I wasn't meditating and I couldn't rely on that. But to continue to maintain my composure, to anchor into the ground, so both feet on the ground, and observing everything without taking it on. And it was challenging. So I can only imagine how challenging it will be for those who haven't even reached the fourth density. Most of you watching have already reached the fourth density consciousness, the fourth density construct of reality, the higher matrix, if you will, and we're moving into the 5D. So, but I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be for people who aren't really aware of what's going on. Those who are going to have the hardest time are those who aren't meditating, those who are still trying to control the outside world. I always say trying to control the weather, because you can't control the weather, but a lot of people try to control things like traffic or the weather. And usually we feel a need to control when we feel out of control within. So we have to go outside and control that, because we're so not in control of our emotions. We're not able to manage our thoughts. We're not able to manage all that's going on within us. So a lot of people are going to be struggling because everything's being intensified now, and we cannot hide anymore. This is not hide and seek. There's nowhere to hide anymore. That's how I can explain it. And it's exciting because this is what we've been calling in. We've been calling in more consciousness, more light, more of that higher frequency range of energy, and that's exactly what we're getting. So you're doing a wonderful job. I wanted to come on here and share this update because we are stewards of the new earth, and we're taking care of her old body. In a way, we're cleansing out the old energies that are still stuck in her body, which are the energies that are still stuck in our body. And we are becoming the gatekeepers of New Earth, the guardians of New Earth. And when you're around people, you may feel it more than ever. All their stories, all that is your psychic ability opening up. Just try to observe it, try to remain grounded or anchored into the ground, and keep meditating to keep your vibrations up. All right, I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and please share and subscribe if you haven't already. Much love.